Alright, third time's the charm with this one too. That means I've shot about 12 of these total over about a week. So vlog the 4th. I'd like to start on a good note, and the notes will change and turn bad a bit. I have started up another writing project, and it's called Project L. It's dystopian. If you're interested in dystopian plotlines, generally, yes, I am influenced by the English teachers I have in what I actually write. But if you are interested in a dystopian story, please check it out. It will be on my Facebook page, Maddie Mayhem 798. Check it out. It's going to be in notes. And I've edited the first and second chapters and the prologue. At least check out the prologue. It kind of sums up what's going to happen. A little bit. Now, I'm a little bit pissed off because yesterday, my dad had the brilliant idea of waking me up at about 7:30 in the morning because, get this, he knocked on my door, opened it. I was groggy because I had about 4 hours sleep by then. Because it's difficult to fall asleep on the floor, and that's hardly my fault. But anyway, what he did was came into the study after knocking on the door and said, "Look, there's a cat on your windowsill." And there is a windowsill, and there was a cat, but it was a quiet cat. It wasn't bothering anybody. But he had the brilliant idea of waking up a 17-year-old teenager in the school holidays on a Saturday to show a cat on the windowsill who wasn't bothering anybody. He can be silly sometimes. But yes. Anyway. Those were the good notes. That's about 2.5 minutes worth. Now, the bad notes. I am very, 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 very angry with my grade at the moment. Not with my school, my grade. The individual people in my grade. And as a group. Alright, just want to get that clear. This is hopefully going to be a calm, tranquil, peaceful, passive-aggressive rant, but, you know, calmer than the other ones I've actually shot today. My grade has a bit of an attitude of not doing something a bit different like this vlog, because it might not be accepted by the grade. And yeah, I get where the people who said that are coming from. Yeah, I get there was a bullying problem in the grade, but, you know, I basically had enough on the last incident of it, and they haven't bothered me, or my group of friends, or a lot of people, again. So, I'm not typically terribly worried about that now. I mean, it's not like they have the courage to say anything to my face. But, you know, concern for someone is with good intentions, but the person who actually said that to me is one of the most unique, different individual people that I have ever met, and will probably ever meet. And she's been extremely successful in nearly entirely cutting herself off from the rest of the grade. Cheers to that. I've been trying to do that for years. But I'm a bit confused as to why, and there are a whole lot of people who are different in my grade. There are people who are extremely nerdy, who play Dungeons and Dragons. There are people who like anime, myself inclusive. There are people who, and a very small number of people, who actually care that much about their body image. But these are usually guys. But there's a whole bunch of different people, and I'm a bit confused as to why my difference of doing something unique and different is different from their difference of being different. And my difference is not being accepted because I actually have the guts to say something that people might not usually say, such as stop complaining about the prices in the canteen. Such as, actually appreciate what you got, roof, parents, a good education, probably going to go to university, probably going to almost definitely be upper middle class, or upper class, if you go into law, or medicine, or something along those lines. And yeah, I might not hit the highest tax bracket with the career I've chosen of primary teaching, but I don't particularly care. The pressure has been taken off me for my ATAR, and that's good, that's really good, because statistically speaking, about 50%, a little bit less than that, 50%-ish of my grade will actually get over 90. That's from previous figures I've seen. And my goal is about 85, but the actual ATAR is about 75. So yeah, I'm rolling with it. But a lot of people aren't. And a lot of people don't get why people like me, or people like other people who have blogs in my grade, a certain one is actually pretty well known, people don't get why we bother as much to actually say something that people wouldn't normally say, and that pisses me off a lot. Because, say for example, they're waiting in the canteen line, and they're complaining about the prices, which have raised about 50 cents over the last 2 years. Across the board, but still. And that's... I have to be concerned for their priorities, because my concern for lunch is that I eat it. That's it. Pretty much it. And that I don't get ill afterwards. That's it. And at that school, it's not a concern. It's not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. So raising the prices a little bit to pay for fixed ovens, or actually paying for the electricity to go through the cold storage, not that bad. Not that bad at all. And, you know, it was a very wise person who once said that to keep the masses occupied with the small things so they don't notice the big ones. And I have a feeling this applies to this situation. Considering, I've been told I'm not allowed to say this, but I don't care. Considering that my school has started to be marketed, and I don't mean like corporations moving in, I mean like from inside the school to outside. It's changed its title, it's changed its uniform to be more formal, it's taken away a bit of individuality. And I've kind of noticed that change a bit, because previously, in the last 4 years, it's been an attitude of, you're different, so I hate you, amongst my peers. And it's sort of shifted to, you're different, why do you bother being different? Not that we don't accept you for being different, some people might, but there's that fear that bullying will still occur. Even within friendship groups, like my own, which is a massive friendship group. It's the biggest friendship group in the school. There's about... I can't count the people, but there's about, total, outspread, about 30 people. That's 20% of my grade. Yeah. Why are you worried about bullying? Really? Why are you worried about what people might think? Of all the times in your life, do not worry what people might think. It's in high school. It's when you still have your title of adolescent. I'm not allowed to say this, but I damn well will. Sometimes I genuinely wonder if people at my school have any courage at all. And I know courage is just a mix of bravery and stupidity, but sometimes that stupidity turns out to be pretty damn smart. Especially when you actually have a good head on your shoulders like I do. And I know I do. Don't say otherwise. I know I am. I know I'm smart, academically at least. And for the record, I did not name anybody. God damn it, I did not name anybody, but you know who you are. I don't care what clique you're in, I don't care what group, I don't care what kind of atmosphere your group has, I'm talking to you. I'm pissed off. I haven't even seen you guys in a week, and I'm pissed off. There are those people, particularly girls, that you just want to punch in the face. Like, they just begin speaking and you think, why do you live? How has that genetic process not been eradicated? Some of those girls actually go to my school. Some of them just complain and complain and complain without realizing, hey, I live in Australia. I live in a first world country. I don't have anything to actually complain about. So, for people who think I might be actually emo, I'm not. I don't complain. I don't write sappy poetry. I don't often listen to Dashboard Confessional.